Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight is Truman Soccer versus Fort Osage. I'm Tyler Karras, partnered with
Sam Scott.
and we bring you this game, and it appears that Truman might have ball first.
That's Fort.
That is actually Fort's.
Come on, Tyler.
We are in a hard booth to see, okay? Give me some slack. And Fort just kicked it in bounds. But a Truman player was there to defend. Truman now has possession of the ball. They kick it back. Down near the 30-yard line. That was kicked out of bounds on Truman. That was Jose Ramirez who kicked it out of bounds. Number 4. So Fort just keeping possession of the ball real quick as they get ready to probably pass it to one of their other players. He looks like he was going to kick it, but stopped instead. Probably didn't see a good read. He has now passed it. And a Truman player was there to defend. Omar Cano with the pass, but deflected by Fort and kicked out of bounds by Fort. That is another out-of-bounds ball on Fort. Number 22, D'Angelo Holman to pass it in. And kicked out by Fort yet again. This is the third time tonight. How do you think this game's going to go, Sam?
Truman's looking good on defense, so whenever that happens, usually they play really well. So, yeah.
Yep, that's always good. Number 11, Alan Romeo trying to get the score, and it's just wide left. But it looks like it was kicked out of bounds. But the Fort Osage goalie must have had a hand on it as it went out of bounds. So Truman will now have possession of the ball as number 6, Esteban Herrera, kicks it in. And it's out of bounds. That will be Fort's ball. So far, it seems like a slow start on Fort's defense. Just barely missed that goal. That could have been costly there. What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, I agree.
Fort Osage with the ball. Passing it down to another player. And number 15... Justin Efferson had possession of the ball. And looks like number 31, Brody Hendricks had possession. Now it's on the Truman side again. Kano with possession of the ball. And all right, sorry about that. And we are back. As again, just another goal shot, just wide left for the Truman offense. That will give Fort the ball again. As their goalkeeper is set to possibly try to find an open Fort player to pass it to. As everyone's just kind of crowded around midfield. Although you can't currently see that. And the goalie kicks it. But there is a Truman player ready there to defend. Actually, there is 2. And it might be out of bounds on Fort. It's number 13. Johnny Cortez to throw it in for Truman. Fort now has possession of the ball, as there was a pack of Fort defenders there. Fort with possession of the ball, passing it up to the center. Center just sort of holding it, passing it back down close to another center, and down to the left wing. And it appears it might be out of bounds on Fort. Indeed it is. That will give Truman the ball. That is number 11, Alan Romeo, to kick it in. He passed it to number 2, Miguel Ramos. Ramos passed it to number 13, Cortez. Cortez passed it back to Romeo. Romeo tries to pass it but gets blocked by a Fort defender. Fort currently has the ball on the right side of the wing. Now towards midfield. Passing right back to the right wing. Now to the left wing. Sort of having ball control. Close to the center, but still back to the left side of the wing. And it appears that, number 0, Francisco Boniella with the save.
It was a nice save right there.
Was indeed definitely a nice save. Truman now with the ball, passing it close to center. But just barely missed it. And Fort blocked with the ball, but Truman has it again. And Fort's goalie able to get a hand on that, so that way that ball would not go in. Just barely. Could have been a hair more to the right, and that goal probably would have went in. It seems like both teams are really showing up on defense, especially their goalies tonight. D'Angelo Holman to not actually. He did not pass it in. Fort with the ball. Fort passing it deeper to the right side of the wing, but it is indeed out of bounds. So that might be Truman's ball. Nope, it will still be Fort's. Looks like a Truman player just barely touched it before it went out of bounds. Anything you want to add, Sam?
No.
How do you think this game's going so far?
It's back and forth right now. Good plays by both goalies. Had some aggression from both offenses, so yeah.
Yep. Fort with the ball in the center. Passing it deeper into the center. Now to the left side of the wing. Just showing some ball control there as he tries to pass it. But a Truman defender ready there to kick it. Number 4, Ramirez with ball control. He passes it deep down in territory. Number 7, Chris Acelo. Alessio with the goal. That will bring Truman 1-0 as we believe Chris was trying to do the inchworm there in a celebration. What an interesting way to celebrate by doing the inchworm.
I'm pretty sure he calls that the Viper dance.
The Viper, that looks more like an inchworm. But okay then. I don't see the resemblance to a Viper in any way. All right, Fort with the ball. And Truman really there just trying to defend it, get some ball control. And it appears that Fort's just going to kick it out of bounds. So Kano with kicking it in. Herrera with ball control. Trying to pass it deep, but Fort was there ready to defend. And out of bounds on Truman. Fort Osage will have the ball. Fort hits it out of inbounds, and a Truman player ready to defend it. And so Truman now has the ball. And another decent stop by the goalie, so that way his team does not go down by 2. The goalie is really kind of just showing their strength in this game, just trying not to let as many balls go in as they can. Wouldn't you agree, Sam?
Mm-hmm.
Fort with possession of the ball. Looks like there might have been a penalty on Truman, so it will be Fort's ball still, but closer to Truman's goal line. Fort passes it deep, and a Truman player ready there to defend it. Pass down to the right side. Number 4 with trying to catch its speed, and just barely does not get enough speed to catch that ball. It looks like he got down there and was just trying to maybe be able to curve it. That was Ramirez with trying to curve the ball, just was not able to get there fast enough to get the curve off. So it'll be Fort Osage's ball. Fort with the deep pass, and Fort Osage players were there ready to block that Truman player from defending it. As now, Boniella will have the ball. And Boniella passes it, but it appears that a Fort player thought it was coming to him, but instead it went to Ramirez. However, Ramirez passed it to a Fort, and then the Fort passed it back to number 22, Holman. And looks like Holman was... Actually, that's not Holman. Cano was trying to go for the goal and just barely missed it again. That's his third miss of the night. So Fort will have possession of the ball now. Fort's goalie looking to pass it deep. Indeed, he does, but it appears both a Fort Osage player and a Truman player were there ready to defend it. And that is out of bounds on Truman.
Truman's ball.
Actually, correction, that's out of bounds on Fort. Truman now has ball. Cano with possession of the ball, passing it to the center. Romero with ball. He passes it deep to the right. And his pass is intended for Alessio. Romero with ball control. Almost defended by a Fort player. And he was trying to pass it deep. And, it looked like it was going to be out of bounds on Fort. But unfortunately, Holman was trying to kick it into the goal, but instead actually hit the goal post for football. That does not count in soccer. You get no points for that. If you were playing football, you would get 3 points or maybe 1, depending if you got a touchdown. But this is not American football. This is European football. Ramos just trying to keep it away. And Bonella with the defend, but it appears it will be out of bounds on him. So that will be Fort's ball. It appears that will be out of bounds on Truman yet again. So that might... No? Not quite sure who has the ball now. Could be Truman, could be Fort. It actually is indeed Truman. Ramos pass to the left wing. Truman's pass deeper into the left wing was blocked by a Fort defender there, ready and set for that ball. Truman with excellent ball control right now as they pass it back down to Bonilla. Correction. And Holman trying to get that ball before any Fort player could, but was not fast enough, so Fort now has possession of the ball. But it looks like it's about to be close, and it appears it might be out of bounds. It is out of bounds on Fort. Quite possibly. Yes, it is. So Truman with the ball. Quinteras with the throw-in. Holman kind of there, ready to receive that. So we're a pack of Fort Osage players. Just sort of kicking it up in the air on Truman and just try to keep this ball alive and don't let Fort grab it. Blocked by Fort and out of bounds on Fort.
Garrett Burton
with ready to throw it in. He finds his target, and indeed a Fort player was able to get in there and block it in time. But Quintorez is also ready for that and has possession of the ball, and he just kicked it deep to try to pass it to one of his teammates. Fort was there ready to block it. Fort passes it down to a Truman player. And now close to Fort's territory, as we can see. Their goalie is nowhere to be found. And it appears that in order to save that goal from
Chris Alessio
from going in, the Fort player just had to slide right in and take that hit. But that's still out of bounds on Fort, so Truman now has possession of the ball. Tried to just pass it to one of his teammates, indeed, but there was a pack of Fort players there. Fort kicked it deep. Truman was ready for that. And another ball kicked deep. That will be out of bounds on Truman. Fort's ball. Fort with possession of the ball. Fort Scully just sort of eyeing the field a little bit, trying to find a good person to kick it to. He has possibly found his target, and Truman was already there to defend that. And Fort was ready to defend that defends. Garrett trying to get the ball back, but could not jump quite in time to get it blocked. So Fort running down on the left side of the wing. Romero trying to keep him not from reaching his goal, and instead kicks it out of bounds. That will be Fort's ball. Yes, indeed it will. Fort will throw it in. Fort has possession of the ball. And it is rolled out of bounds. That will be Truman's ball. We're going to take a quick timeout here, and we'll be back shortly. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Truman has possession of the ball. Contreras passing it down to Miguel Ramos. Ramos passing it down to Herrera. Herrera just with some ball control, but loses it. So Fort now has possession of the ball. Down at the right side of the wing. And trying to look deep. And he tries to pass it, but no Fort player was there. That'll be out of bounds on Fort. Truman's ball. Ramos with the throw-in. He finds his man in number 11, Romero. And Francisco, the goalkeeper, with the stop there, as Fort was able to block that kick. Fort looking to strike as well here. And Francisco, the goalkeeper, just right there, and not going to let them have that one. As he kicks it deep center. A little bit more to the right wing, and it will be out of bounds on Fort. Cano with the throw-in. Passes it number 13, Cortez, and he passes it back down to Cano. Cano with the ball control going down the right side of the wing. He passes it down to number 22, Holman. Holman a little bit lost in the ball control, trying to get there. Could not get there in time. Fort with loss of ball control. Cano now has it. Cano's kick was deflected by Fort. And Fort with possession of the ball down near the right wing. Passing it down close to the center. Trying to not let Truman sort of get this ball as they're just trying to keep ball control. So they pass it back down. Two Truman players there to defend it, but they're going to pass it back down to one of their other people close to the goal. And Holman with the steal. So Truman now has possession of the ball. Romero currently with ball control, trying to keep it for himself as well. Trying to pass it down to Holman. Unfortunately, couldn't get there due to the bodies. But Truman still has possession of the ball. Number 4, Ramirez, trying to go with the goal shot, but Fort's goalie was able to catch it in time. And Fort kicking it deep center. Romero there to defend it. Romero passing it down. And Fort's ready there to defend that, but it will be out of bounds on Fort. Number 7, Chris Alesso with the ball. Passing it down to Herrera. Herrera passing it down to Cortez. Cortez going deep, and no really defenders there, as the goalkeeper had to step out, try to make sure that that ball did not go in. But that was a kick wide right. But that is out of bounds on Fort, so Truman will have the ball. Holman to kick it in. Holman with the kick in, and it will be out of bounds on Truman. That will be Fort's ball. The ball is now within the goalkeeper's feet as he's just sort of kicking around, warming up those legs some more. He's having a pretty busy night so far on the Truman side of having to defend them. A lot of balls coming down his way, and he's doing his best to defend. He's only allowed 1 goal so far tonight. Out of bounds on Fort. Truman will have the ball. Garrett to throw it in. Garrett Burden. And that'll be out of bounds on... No, actually it won't be out of bounds on Truman. That was a misplaced ball. Our cameraman did not quite see that just yet. Herrera with ball control. Loses it. Fort kicks it deep to Miguel. Miguel passes it deep to his goalie. Francisco passes it to Garrett. Garrett passes it down to Romero. Romero down the left side, trying to find a Truman player. Blocked by Fort. Fort now has possession of the ball. Just keeping some ball control. Fort kicks it down on the left side of the wing. Miguel Ramos with a kick up in the air and out of bounds. That will be Fort's ball near Truman's goal. As Fort's getting prepared to find a open person there so he can kick it into. He is successful and able to find. And Francisco barely missed it, but Truman's defense was able to stay there in place of Francisco and keep that ball from going in the goal. Truman's pass down to the left side of the wing. Holman with the ball. Holman is going deep. He looks like he's striking, and it appears Fort's goalie was able to block it. Holman with the ball again, keeping some ball control as a pack of 3 to 4 Fort Osage players are there. He passes it down to Romero. Romero with the ball control passes it down to number 9, Klein. Klein passes it down to Kano. Kano passes it back down to Klein. Klein's pass was down to a Fort player. Fort now has possession of the ball. Almost lost it there, but was able to get it down deep. Miguel kicking it towards Francisco. Francisco with the deep kick near the center. Correction, left side of the wing. Fort now has possession of the ball. Kicking it back up to another teammate there. Ooh, Chris with that trying to get that dirty hit at the ball and knock it out of Fort's feet. But Fort is able to retain it. And out of bounds, Fort. Looks like one of the Fort players were trying to do the splits there and keep that ball in bounds. Fort with the ball. Truman stealing the ball. Truman now has ball control. Ramirez with ball control passes it down to Kano. Kano's pass was deflected by Fort, but that will be out of bounds as Kano did not touch it. Holman with ball. Trying not to lose this as there is a pack of Fort players there ready for him. Kano lost ball control. And right down for Romero to have ball control. Truman now has the ball. As he tries to kick it deep to one of his teammates. Fort was already there. Chris Alcelo with the ball control. And wide left for no goal. It is currently 1-0. Truman on top. Fort will have possession of the ball as their goalie is kind of scanning the field a little bit, looking for an open person to pass it to. We'll kick it to. He kicks it center. Truman is right there ready to defend. That was number 11, Romero, with the defend. Holman had the ball control but lost it, and so Fort now has possession of the ball. Miguel trying to stop him, but they pass it down. Romero with ball control lost it again to another Fort player. Really kind of some of the issue there is Truman just kind of gets the ball, tries to kick it, and just loses possession of that. Currently a battle between a Truman player and a Fort player. And the ball will be ruled out of bounds on Fort. Truman will have the ball. Alan Romero set to possibly kick it in. He's looking for an open man himself to kick this to. And he kicks. He kicks it down to Cortez. Cortez with the ball control. Cortez pass was down for Klein. Klein passed it back down to Cortez. Cortez passed it back down to Romeo. Romeo passes it up, hoping to find a person. Fort player was able to defend it with his head, but appears Klein will have possession of the ball again. Passes it down to Cortez. Cortez looking for an open man himself. Gets blocked by a Fort player. Kano with ball control almost went out of bounds. He had some quick feet there to keep it inbounds. Kano's pass deep and might be close to out of bounds as Chris is actually able to save it. And it's out of bounds and appears it will be out of bounds on Truman. Fort's ball. Fort with the throw-in. Trying to defend it, but Klein with the ball, passing it down to what we believe is Romero. Romero passes it down to Cortez. Cortez looking deep. Contreras, actually. Ramos with the ball, passing it deep out of bounds. It's actually not out of bounds, but Fort has possession of the ball now. And foul on the play will be Truman's ball. Guzman's slow to get up, but he is able to get up on his own power. Romero with the ball. Kicks it deep. Down to Chris Alesso. Guzman with ball control, lost it to a Fort player. Fort passes it down. Almost loses control himself just from that pass. Kano trying to steal it. Can't quite put the ball in his place and gets tripped up but is able to steal it. Contreras with the ball. Francisco coming up to kick that deep and get that away from Truman's goal. Truman with possession of the ball currently. Klein kicks it deep to Fort territory, but Fort is able to retain it out. Fort now possession of the ball. Contreras trying to get that ball out, but could not. And looks like Garrett's just trying to defend as well and try to get that ball out of, oh, not out of, but away from Fort, but Fort's able to retain it. Contreras ready with the defense, and that will be a foul on Fort. Ball will be Truman's. Romero set to kick it deep, looking for an open person to kick it to. And he kicks and blocked by two Fort defenders. But that will go out of bounds. It is Truman's ball. Burden to throw it in. Garrett looking for an open person himself to throw it into. Try not to get it near any Fort players. And he throws it in with a pack of two Fort players there. Ramirez trying to get the ball. He passes it down to Holman. Holman goes down to the ground. And that is a penalty on Fort. Looks like Holman going down to the ground was what caused the penalty. Holman will now have a penalty shot, we do believe. Nope. That will actually be Romero with the kick, and it's wide right. So, no goal. As we can see someone, probably another ball keeper, throwing a ball in for Fort, and Fort's goalie didn't realize that and almost went in. Fort now with possession of the ball, scanning the fields, looking for someone who might be open and not near any Truman defenders. Truman really showing their defense. Ramos with the defense, and Fort with possession of the ball, but it's out of bounds. But that will be out of bounds on Truman. Fort's ball. Fort throws it in, able to retain it. Klein with the defend, and then Kano with the deep pass, but Fort's able to retain it as Chris is trying to get in there and get that ball out from Fort's feet. And he does so successfully because Kano now has possession of the ball, passes it down to Holman. Holman with possession of the ball, trying not to lose it. He almost does. He almost falls to the floor again and lost possession while almost going down to the grounds. But appears that will be out of bounds on Truman. Fort's ball. Fort throws it in, and Holman's kind of there ready to try to defend, get it out, but could not. So Fort still has possession of the ball. Down on the right side, getting closer to the center. And a defense by Truman. Holman now has possession of the ball. Passes it down to Kano. Kano's pass down to Romero. Romero back to Kano. Kano going down the right side. Thought he was going to pass it to Cortez there, but did not. Instead, he passes it down to Ramos. Ramos is just going to kick it down to Francisco, and Francisco is just going to kick this kind of downfield to, can't see that number real quick, but Ramos with the ball now. Ramos taking it up the center and tries to pass it, and instead it gets blocked. Fort now has possession of the ball and lost possession of the ball. Kano with now possession of the ball currently for Truman as they're just kind of kicking it around. Romero with the ball, passing it down to Ramirez. Ramirez passing it down to Holman. Holman almost lost possession. Instead, does a quick little pass to Ramirez. Ramirez came out with possession, but there will be a foul. We believe that is on Ramirez. That will be true. That will be Fort's ball. Fort said to kick it deep, trying to find an open man. And he kicks it deep, ready for Truman to defend it there. Actually, Kando coming up against Fort, trying to get that ball out. And it appears that might be out of bounds. Fort, indeed. Quinteras with the throw-in. Contreras looking for a person before he throws it in. Still scanning the fields. He's going to throw it deep right into a Fort defender. Fort now has possession of the ball. But that is passed down to Kano. Kano now has possession. He passed it down to Romero. Romero going up the left side of the wing. He passes it down to Madrid. Madrid saying he was fouled on the wrist, but it actually is just is out of bounds on Fort. Truman throws it into a Fort defender. Fort now has possession of the ball. Fort down the deep left side. Unfortunately for them, Ramos was there. And Ramirez kicking it out of bounds himself. That will be Fort's ball. Fort now has possession of the ball. Tries to find a receiver, cannot. Guzman with the pass down the left side. Truman trying to give it to Ramirez. Ramirez currently with possession of the ball with two Fort defenders on him. Trying to just play around with it and keep that ball in his side of his feet. Passes it down. Guzman with the ball down to Kano. Kano's small pass was blocked, but doesn't matter. Truman still has possession of the ball. And trying going for the goal. Romero was trying to kick it deep. Unfortunately, Fort's goalie was there, kind of just kicked it, blocked it, and almost got another goal, but was still again blocked and out of bounds on Fort. Holman with the kick in. Whole bunch of people there ready to defend and try to get that ball. Ramirez going for the ball. Fort actually has possession of the ball. But Contreras with the possession of the ball, almost out of bounds. His pass to Kano is not successful as Fort's ready there to defend it. And that actually will be indeed out of bounds on Contreras. Fort's ball. 5 minutes left to go. 5.5 actually. Ramirez with possession of the ball, passing it down to Holman. Holman trying to retain it. He actually passes it back down to Ramirez. Ramirez trying to go for the goal. Number 20, Zambrano trying to get that ball retained, but instead was kicked out of bounds on a Fort player. Holman is set to kick it in close to Fort's goal line. Holman is trying to find a open man. He kicks it in. A pack of both Truman and Fort players there. Madrid with the headbutt trying to nail that goal in, just barely right, and was not able to retain it in. So that'll be out of bounds on Madrid. Fort's ball. Fort looking for a man deep and not defended by a Truman player. As Fort's goalie kicks it deep, and Truman already there to defend it, but instead could not quite get that jump. Fort will have possession of the ball going down the right side of the wing. Ramos there with the block, just sort of in the way of that defender, so he can't really do much with it. Ramirez with ball control going deep center. Now to Ramirez. Ramirez with possession of the ball. And it's going to go out of bounds on Truman. Zambrano was the one who kicked it out of bounds as Ramirez was trying to pass it to him. Fort with possession of the ball. Quinteras with ball passed it down to Romero, but actually did not. It was out of bounds on Contreras. Fort's ball. Fort on the right side of the wing. And we're going to take a quick timeout. We will be back. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Fort with possession of the ball. But Cano's there to retain it, passing it down to Ramiro. Ramiro trying to pass it down to the left side of the wing. Pass was blocked by a Fort defender. Miguel trying to kick it up in the air, get it to Cano. Instead, Zambrano will try to kick it, and we believe instead he kicked it out of bounds, so that will be Fort's ball. It is still 1-0, roughly about 3 minutes left to go in this first half. Fort with possession of the ball. Ramirez trying to trip him up. And Madrid trying to trip up a Fort player. And he gets it off this time as Guzman kicks it deep to Holman. Holman down close. He's not able to retain it, though, and he gets out of bounds. Man, what a costly play there on Holman. Not able to get it retained and just let it go out of bounds like that. Who knows what that could have been, Sam?
Yeah, D'Angelo Holman's known for pulling some tricks off on some teams. He was the number one highlight on our top 10 this fall, so you really could never know what he's going to pull off.
Yes, indeed. You really, truly never know. And it looks like he might have been wanting to go for another trick play there and just didn't get it in time as Fort kicks it deep center. Fort now has possession of the ball. Almost loses ball control, and he kicks it and falls while he kicks it. Must have just slipped. I bet that field's pretty wet and cold considering the time of this month. It's pretty chilly out right now. Truman with possession of the ball. Madrid with possession, trying to go deep. He's looking for open receiver. Instead, nope, he tries to go. The ball is wide right for no goal. Minute half left to go in this half. Fort's goalkeeper looking for someone downfield and not covered by a Truman defender. Taking another scan at the field. He's set to kick it, and he does. Instead, he passes it right down to the guy right next to him. As the guy next to him passes it deep. Out of bounds on the right side of the wing. That will be Truman's ball with roughly about a minute left to go. Contreras with the throw-in. And he does. He throws it down to Romeo. Romeo's pass to Burton. Burton's pass down to Madrid. Madrid loses some ball control, gives it to Fort. Fort with the ball. Almost lost ball control there. Garrett almost got the steal. Ramos with the block. Still Fort's ball, though, as it was actually out of bounds. As Fort now has possession of the ball, and Francisco almost lost it there, and it appears there will be a foul against Truman, as both a Fort player and a Truman player went down. So that will be Fort's ball, we do believe. Penalty kick for Fort. This one could tie the game up. Francisco set to defend. Fort getting ready with the kick. And Francisco not able to defend it. This game is now tied 1-1. About 23 seconds left to go in this half as Truman has possession of the ball. It's currently 1-1. Game is tied. Ramirez set to pass it down to a Truman player. Refs talking to each other real quick. And Ramirez passed down to Romero. Romero's passed down to trying to go for Madrid, but instead a Fort player hits it with his head and out of bounds. And that will be Truman's ball.
Time's running out.
Truman throws it into Ramirez. Ramirez trying to get some ball control, and appears a foul against Fort. That will be Truman's ball. Truman kicks it in and almost is kicked out of bounds by a Fort player, and then the ball is just kicked up. But that is the half, and we will be back.
And we're back with the second half. Truman versus
Fort Osage.
Fort Osage. It's 1-1. And Fort Osage scored a last-second goal that closed the half against Truman. And now Truman just boots it. Oh, my gosh. Almost scores right off the bat. Ryan, what have you been seeing from this game so far?
I'm seeing a lot of pretty good defense being played. There hasn't been a ton of shots on the goal from what I've seen. But like you said, at the end of the half, Fort Osage had the PK that just got barely past the goalie of Truman.
And out of bounds, Truman. Should be a kick from the goalkeeper. And then out of bounds, Truman gets to throw in a header. And they throw it right back. Now it's out of bounds again.
Out of bounds again.
And Miguel Ramos kicks the ball, rolls to the other goalkeeper.
An absolute launch of a throw by the goalie. But Truman ends up with the possession there. They advance
Now
it up.
Omar Cano has it. He passes it up to Chris Alessio. Chris Alessio. And that's going to be Fort Osage ball.
Goalie surveying the field here for Fort Osage.
Kicks it right to Alan Romero. And Garrett Burton playing nice defense right there. I think they just called a handball, so it will be Truman's ball. Alan Romero will take the kick. He boots it
What
to
a
D'Angelo
kick.
Holman, and
Holman,
he just does not handle it correctly, and it's out of bounds. Fort Osage ball.
not a very often that we see Holman with a mistake. He's had a pretty good season this year, including a hat trick. The defense been pretty good here throughout the game, like I said earlier. And each team seems to be passing the ball a lot up and down the field, just trying to get it to their playmakers, it seems.
And they get Johnny Contreras for roughing up Fort Osage a little bit. There's been a lot of dead time to start the second half.
As you can see, we're only 4 minutes in here.
Fort Osage bombs it right to number 5, but he can't make a good touch on the ball, and it's right back to Omar Cano, who bombs it to
Fort Osage.
Garrett. Oh, Garrett Burton gets the ball. He's trying to make a play on it. He passes to Chris Alessio.
Chris Alessio.
Does not get a good touch on the ball, but he was wide open. Now, Josue Ramirez. Ball gets kicked out of bounds.
A missed opportunity by Alessio there. That could have been a pretty easy goal for him.
Now, Truman will throw the ball in. Oh,
Crosses it.
nice try by Truman, but it goes out of bounds. Fort Osage ball. And that dude completely just missed the header. I don't know why he tried that. Oh, Esteban gets
up.
tripped.
But he still had possession of the ball
And
there.
they gave the ball to Fort Osage
Wow.
for whatever reason.
That was awful. That was terrible.
And they kick it right to Johnny Contreras.
Oh,
who pins him on the sideline, and he
That
flops.
is the biggest flop of the century, ladies and gentlemen.
Fort Osage ball.
Johnny Contreras getting pretty physical here today.
Looking like he's playing the wrong football. And Fort Osage crosses it right to Esteban. Oh.
A bunch of headers. Another.
And Fort Osage just kicks it out of
terrible
bounds.
shot. Surprised that one didn't end up in the sand pit.
Yeah. That was just not a good shot at all. And now Francisco Bonilla with the kick. He boots it straight to Fort Osage. Josue Ramirez tries to make a play from behind, but Fort Osage still gets the ball. Good defense by Miguel Ramos right there.
Pass just could not get through. The defense been a really big factor in the reason why this game is only 1-1. Ramos again making a pretty good defensive play right there to stop the advance of Fort Osage.
Yeah, he just boxed out the defender, so now it is Truman's ball. Great play by Miguel.
Miguel, I'm pretty sure, Max, has been starting on varsity for 4 years, right?
I have no idea. I just know that him and Johnny are the captains of the team.
Yeah, well, you see that leadership right there is the reason why Truman's been winning a lot of games.
And Truman ball. I think they called it another handball.
These guys got to be cold. It's pretty chilly out tonight. A lot of them aren't wearing sleeves.
It's like a crisp 48 degrees. And right to Garrett Burden, who just boots the ball. And the goalkeeper for Fort Osage has it. Oh, Esteban Herrera with a nice play. Finds D'Angelo Holman, who flips it right back to Fort Osage. That's just a bad mistake by D'Angelo, but he gets it back.
A lot of mistakes here we're seeing. Is anyone going to get that ball?
Just seems like they're playing kind of willy-nilly out there. This is not the same Truman team I saw when I did this for senior night.
We saw quite a few plays from the soccer team on the top 10, didn't we, Max?
Yeah, we saw. Oh, is that Miguel?
No, it's number 9.
No, that's Jace Klein.
Jace.
Jace took a hard shot to the leg right there. Hopefully
Getting
he's all
up
right.
slow. I think he'll be all right. He's a pretty tough kid.
And Alan Romero will take the kick, I believe. Truman has done some trickster stuff in the past, especially on senior night. Oh, Allen just goes for it. Barely misses.
That was a pretty good shot. I don't think anyone really saw that coming. I think everyone thought he was just going to try to get it to some of the other guys.
Yep. That would have been a good play. And our camera is panning to the space. Oh, and it's back. Don't really know where it's going.
Tyler got a pretty good shot of the night sky here in Independence, Missouri.
Yeah, and there's not much to see in Independence, Missouri, so.
There's not, especially when it's nighttime like this. Sky kick right there, man.
He hits it
Jeez.
backwards. Oh, Josue Ramirez. And just.
Don't know who that's out of bounds on. I thought it was Fort Osage. I think we might see
I think it's Truman's ball. Corner kick. And corner kick sails right to Fort Osage. Fortunately, I was just not placed in the right spot and out of bounds.
Again, another missed opportunity for Truman. We could easily be up by 2, maybe even 3 goals. Just off of what we've seen in the first little bit of this half. That one booted out of bounds by, I believe, I guess it went off Truman. Player down. Now he's back up. It's number 4. Don't exactly know what's going on right now. Little confusion after we see Osway Ramirez pop right back up.
And Fort has the ball. They're just going to shoot it, and it's out of bounds.
That one didn't even look like it was going to come close. But not a terrible shot on the goal, as Fort Osage has not seen many of them tonight. Header advances the ball.
Oh, Chris Alessio.
Alessio.
He is
Tough break for Chris, man.
Yeah, he's quite the speed. He could have definitely broke that, but it was just too close to the sideline.
Johnny Contreras forcing a mistake there by Fort Osage. Truman able to get the ball back and right back to... Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Truman somehow still retaining possession of the ball. Oh. And a good save there by the Fort Osage goalie. That was a good shot on the goal by, I believe, Chris Alessio. Not really sure. I couldn't get a clear view.
And 13 minutes into this half, not much has happened. There's been a lot of stoppage on both sides. It just looks like it's kind of a defensive battle right now.
The ball ricocheting a little bit. Right to Alan Romero.
No, Fort Osage has pretty decent size. And Truman has
Way. Dancing around a little bit.
And
Out of bounds on Fort
oh
Osage.
no, it's not out of bounds.
Not yet. Oh, man.
The ball has nice backspin right to Alan Romero though. He's surveying the field. He sees Miguel. No, that's Jace Klein.
Jace Klein.
Same haircut. Oh, and that was a close one. That was a nice try by Chris Alessio right there.
And we see the little cannon of an arm the goalie has there.
Yeah. Call him Patrick Mahomes.
I said little cannon, not the actual cannon.
Call him Drew Brees. And Johnny boots it right to D'Angelo. Esteban passes it right to Fort Osage, defender. And ball out of bounds, Truman. Just a lot of back and forth right now. Not much going on.
Yeah, a lot of defense being played here again as we see Jace Klein with a pretty good block on the ball right there. Ooh.
Omar
Oh.
getting shifty. Oh, that
man.
was an inch away from being perfect.
That definitely would have been a future top 10 highlight play.
Yeah. Oh, Josue with a
Josue.
nice play on the ball. And his speed is
Speedy
crazy. And
Oh.
didn't really have the angle to get it to Chris and D'Angelo right there. But that was a great hustle by Josue.
I really feel like Fort Osage is getting pretty lucky tonight. We've had a lot of opportunities where we get the ball right where we need it, right in the box, and we just can't capitalize.
Yeah. What would you say has been the main difference maker this tonight? Because I know me and you used to go to a lot of soccer games when we were younger, so we've seen a lot of soccer over the years. And what would you say that is really standing out to you tonight?
Honestly, we've talked a lot about the defense and the passing game. I really think that both teams have played the ball really well on defense. I mean, other than the fact that Truman's gotten into the box a little bit, the goalie for Fort Osage has been playing really, really good. And the passing game, just as you said, a lot of back and forth, the ball going all over the place, trying to get the ball to the playmakers if they can.
Yeah, I think Truman needs to utilize its speed more. I mean, if they can just make the passes more accurate, they got the speedsters up front that can just outrun the entire defense and get the ball and score.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But the passes have just been a tad off today.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of way too out in front passes, leading them a little bit too much. But like you said, there's a ton of speed on this Truman team. They can get all over the field. Oh my goodness.
Where are your ankles, sir?
Oh, my
You
gosh.
need to get them checked out because I think they're gone.
That man just got sat down, Max. Good Lord.
His ankles are in the lost and found right now. And that was the type of speed I was talking about from Truman. I mean, Chris Alessio, I believe that was Chris Alessio just cut and just destroyed his ankles.
Yeah, I mean, it was one quick move and sat him down.
There's not much you can do when you just got a guy that fast. It's like Tyreek Hill. I mean, there's nothing defenses can do when he gets going.
Yeah, that speed really changes the pace of the game, makes teams play a lot faster, a lot more uncomfortable. Like you said, the comparison to Tyreek Hill with all the speed on this team, it's just crazy.
Oh,
that was weak.
that was a weak call.
That was weak.
Garrett Burton with the nice defense right there. The guy just fell over before he even got there. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, that was awful. Good sportsmanship, though. You see Garrett Burton dapping up Fort Osage right there.
I kind of have a feeling they're talking a little bit, but
Oh, there's definitely a lot of smack talk happening right now. Little insider report, Miguel Ramos has said that a lot of the games have been really physical and really chippy, and there's been a lot of trash talking going on.
and it's Truman's ball. It just looked like man just jumped right over Alan Romero and fell on his head.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why you try to jump over Alan Romero. He's one of the tallest people on the field.
I believe he actually might be the tallest.
Oh! Yellow card. Who is that going to?
I believe it's number 3 of Fort Osage,
We'll see. We'll see real quick.
Ulysses Guzman. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or if that is the...
Oh,
Oh, no, that might be our team. Oh, here we go. It's on the wrong side.
Xavier Sturgis.
Yeah, Xavier Sturgis right there. with the
Wow,
yellow
man.
card.
Bad sportsmanship by Fort Osage.
The official just fed up with it there. You see him running back to the Fort Osage sideline. Some words
Yeah.
might be said.
Cannot say I expected anything less from them, though.
Nope, cannot.
You know, this reminds me of back in 7th grade when we were playing Fort Osage in football, and you know, you got hit late after the play, and you were almost paralyzed on the ground, and we had to call
was.
the ambulance to come get you.
I was completely numb. I was hit after the play on a kickoff. Yeah. Needless to say, I had to get carted off because I could not move. But I am okay today. But
Yeah,
yes.
ever since then, man, we've not liked Fort Osage too much around here.
Nope. A lot of trash talk in the games for basketball too. All the time, it's back and forth. Sam joining us with the hot Cheetos.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention, this is Max Black, and
Ryan Swartz.
yeah, we just took over for Tyler and Sam the second half because they were getting tired, especially Sam. I mean, he really did not say much the first half, and he just came up to say something and decided he didn't want to. Eating his hot Cheetos.
Oh,
Garrett Burton is
Garrett
playing some
Burton.
great defense tonight. I mean,
hustling, man.
he's being really physical, and that just looked like a push-off to me. I don't know why that wasn't called.
Oh, yeah, he's playing some hounding defense, Garrett Burton is tonight. I've noticed that a lot.
And we are 20 minutes into the second half, and nothing has happened.
Yeah, not much at all.
You got to think that this game, someone has to score eventually. I mean, Truman's had a lot of opportunities.
Oh,
Oh,
that is awful. That
Oh,
was some great
no.
defense.
they're
Miguel
gonna
Ramos
get
getting heated.
they're gonna get a free kick from inside the 20-yard line.
Oh, man, that is terrible. That is
You
terrible.
got to think that this is just the break that Fort Osage has been looking for. I mean, they really haven't done much at all the whole game. And this is just – oh, is that a yellow on Miguel Ramos? Is that
They
what he –
did not.
Oh, my. What in the world?
The captain of the team getting a yellow card for absolutely nothing. That was not even a – that should not even be a free kick in the
I
first
don't
place.
know if he thought that was intentional, but it definitely did not look like it from up here.
That was just great defense by Miguel. Again, he's been playing great defense the whole game. And, I mean, we've seen people getting completely trucked.
Yeah. You got to hope that Fort does not score here on that bad call by the referees.
Oh, Ramos checking back in, I believe.
No, that is Julian Madrid, I think.
Oh, that is. You're right.
They
Pretty
do
far
look
up
this.
here in the
They
press
do look
box.
the same though. To be honest, they're very short, both of them.
They're both wearing the same gloves, I believe, too.
You gotta hope right now that Francisco Bonilla is ready for a kick right at him.
You're talking about a huge break for Fort Osage. I feel like they've been getting a lot of breaks, a lot of mistakes by Truman, and just is the reason why Fort Osage is not getting.
Oh, what a
destroyed.
save!
Wow, great save.
And we are still tied up after that great save by Francisco.
Holloman with the ball here.
Oh, this Truman team has a really good footwork.
Really shifty, man.
Yeah. And what a boot by Alan Romero.
Jeez. Again,
Garrett with a nice defense, man.
you got to give Garrett
And he's
credit where
hustling.
credit's due. He's hustling all up and down the field tonight.
I mean, that stuff you just can't coach right there, is that effort he's given. Omar Cano making a nice move. Sees Esteban. Oh, Esteban slips. And he just tries to get rid of the ball. But it goes right to Omar. Omar passes to D'Angelo. And D'Angelo just shoots it. Not a great angle,
I
but
don't know if he
it
was
goes
trying
out
to
of
shoot
bounds.
it there or if he was trying to pass it, but it looked kind of awkward there.
Yeah, it did not look like he got much power on that shot. It looked like he passed it straight to the out of bounds. Yeah.
I guess that'd be the end line. A lot of missed headers here, allowing the ball to get up and down the field pretty quick.
I mean, throwing from Truman right back to D'Angelo. You gotta hope Truman can get an offensive thing going right now. It seems like they've been living in this middle territory of the field the whole second half.
I feel like both teams really have been. Well, I don't know. Fort Osage has been on their own end of the field trying to play defense a lot. Truman's just been down here pretty much dominating, controlling the ball a lot.
And Miguel Ramos passes it to Josue. Oh, what do they call there? Call a penalty on Josue. I think they got him for holding or something.
The frustrating starting to set in for Truman here. Multiple calls just almost seems like back to back to back. Really frustrating this team.
I do believe that was the right call, though. I was watching it.
Oh yeah, I was definitely getting a little handsy, but that's where the frustrations come into play.
And right to Alan Romero.
Romero been putting together a pretty good game today.
Him and Garrett Burton have been forming a great brick wall on that defense.
Yeah, it seems like that side of the field has just been pretty locked down. Miguel Ramos is usually back there with them, but again, that yellow card changed.
You gotta wonder if they're. I think he's about to sub back in the game. Actually, I see him over there on the sideline. Oh, great save by the
great save, man.
Francisco. Been all over the place today.
Just gonna get the ball in to Romero there.
Oh,
another boot.
I mean, he just has a leg on him. Oh. And that is Truman's ball.
Esteban getting double teamed here.
To Julian. Passes it to Alan Romero. Oh no.
Man.
Why did we die? I don't know why we slid for that, but that was a great ball by Allen.
Yeah, that had some touch on it, man.
And Allen's actually been known to sometimes just shoot it from there, so I was expecting maybe that.
This game is definitely going to come down to who gets the last shot on the goal here, I feel like. Another flop right there. Pretty sure that's the same kid that had the biggest flop of the century earlier.
Looks like Marcus Smart out there.
He's a professional flopper.
Yeah, flopping all the time, man. And Truman's actually missing one of the key players, Josh Dixon, today. He's been out with a
concussion, right?
I believe concussion for 2 weeks. He's missing football too.
It's definitely been kind of affecting the football team as well.
Yep. And I believe they just got Allen there for grabbing him or something. You know,
Who knows, man? These calls have been all over the place.
It seems like they just motion the same arm motion the refs do every single time a penalty is called. So I don't understand what they're calling, to be honest.
Starting to think, do the refs even really know what they're calling?
Yeah, it's definitely more clear in sports like basketball and football.
Jace right there, pretty good advance on the ball to Ramos.
What a kick by Miguel Ramos.
Oh, right over the head of, who was that?
Omar Cano.
Omar?
Yeah, I was still left to him. Photo stage with the throw in. kick it back to the goalkeeper who kicks
Ball
it
sky
about
high in the air.
100 feet in the air.
The ball might have been a mile high in the air, man.
Yeah. I wonder what it'd be like to be out there right now and have to take a ball straight to the face because it is super cold outside.
And it is chilly. It's almost, I know you know, the cold hits during football practice or even games. It's
Yeah.
different.
Can't imagine getting kicked in the ball. I mean, kicked in kicked in the face with a ball.
As hard as the guy can possibly kick it, too.
I mean, that would hurt the other way around too, but
You are right, Max. I would not want that to happen either, but Garrett Burton to pass the ball in here.
I don't know. Truman gets the ball back.
Double team right there. Again, the defense just going back to it again. Always got to touch on it because it's been a defensive battle tonight.
Garrett Burton gets the ball. It's out of bounds though. Osage can throw it in.
Another stoppage here. Don't really know what that was for.
Yeah, and it's about 30 minutes into the second half and still scoreless.
Just about. We have 11 minutes here exactly left in the game.
Oh, Chris Alessio. Oh no, that's Josue Ramirez.
Way.
Back to Chris. Chris makes a move. Just
Again, man. Just another missed opportunity. Just not really helping Truman's case, man.
good header by Garrett Burton.
See it with the ball and taken away by Fort Osage. Up the field and a mistake by, can't see the number 5. Lucas Smith of Fort Osage seemed to have a pretty easy opportunity for a goal right there, but just messes up his handle on the ball, and Truman causes a pass in.
Oh, and it looks like 15 just slid and kind of kicked Chris right in the face. You see him kind of trying to walking it off.
I don't really know what it was right there. I feel like the ball might have hit him in the stomach. That's why he's taking a breather and
There's
handing
a-
to the crowd.
Yeah, there is a lot of noise coming from the crowd. I don't think they're very happy with the
Sam shot
officiating.
again in the sky. How far do you think Alan Romero can kick that ball?
I don't know, man, but I've seen him kick it about 50 yards a few times tonight.
Yeah, I think one good kick might go about 70 almost.
Yeah, I've seen him kick it from the 20 to the opposite 20. So I think that's about 60, right? 70 yards? I don't know.
Somewhere around there.
Oh,
Oh, that
let's go.
Jeez. That was a
They just
murder.
tripped Omar Cano, I'm pretty sure. We got to score right here. They do not want to go into overtime, especially on this chilly night. It's going to be a PK. So Omar, who's actually was injured earlier this season, has came back and played really well for Truman. So you got to believe in him. He's a junior. He's the future of this team.
Francisco Bonilla, I believe. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but couldn't see it. He's praying on his knees.
And that is a goal, Omar Cano. What a goal by him. He sneaks it right past the goalkeeper in the bottom right. And that will put Truman up 2-1 with 8 minutes left.
That's a huge, huge goal right there. Going back to what I was saying, Francisco was praying on the opposite end of the field. That's his thing. He does it every single game, multiple times, I feel like. And that just really shows what kind of person he is.
And the fans are getting riled up right now.
Contreras, I believe the other captain on the team, telling everyone to back up, just play defense.
I wonder if D'Angelo is also a captain because I do see him.
So.
I do see him wearing that armband right now.
I think his play this season has, might have leapfrogged him to the captain role.
And I think that's going to be corner kick for Truman. Doing some trickster stuff right now. Alan Romero is kind of just boxing him out. Truman ball. Alan is a pretty tall guy, so he has a size advantage on most of the team.
Yeah, pretty big frame for Alan Romero right there. He's just kind of using it to his advantage, and I don't know what happened there, but the ball's now in Fort Osage's possession.
Truman just needs to play smart on defense here to win this game. You got to believe that they can just keep up what they've been doing.
Speaking of defense, again, Garrett Burton there, showing what he can do on the defensive end.
Chris passes it to Jace. This team is comprised mostly of seniors, but you do have a few juniors that get a lot of playing time, like Jace Klein and Omar Cano and Zambrano. Luis Zambrano also gets in.
A lot of back and forth going on right now, and Fort Osage taking it up the field. Garrett Burton back in front. Another good stop right there by the Truman defense. Just stopping Fort Osage from getting the ball down the field. Holman passing the ball in.
A lot of "Let's Go Truman" chants right now. They actually have
Great
a pretty
defense.
pretty loyal fan base for a high school soccer team.
Garrett Burton telling the crowd to hush a little bit. But I feel like it's helping them, really keep that energy up.
5 minutes left in the half. Truman if they score right here, the game will be over. And what a play. Oh, they called it offsides. That is unfortunate.
Another thing I'd like to point out, Miguel Ramos, again, another insider source here, was saying that he was having some really, really bad shin splints yesterday. So I wonder if it's affecting him at all this game. I don't believe so. He's been playing really hard. So if he does still have those shin splints, as of right now, he's playing through it.
Fort is getting physical with Truman right now.
Really chippy.
I think they're just trying to start something. You can just tell. Which is what I was talking about earlier. Fort is just
Dirty.
a dirty school in general, man.
Yeah, like you said, I really think they're just trying to get Truman riled up to get some free kicks. Some PKs.
And Francisco just boots the ball. Seems like it touched the moon right there. So high in the air.
See Truman right here just trying to keep the ball in their possession. Only 4 minutes, 30 seconds remaining.
And I think Truman's going to just try to keep moving the ball just to run out the clock. I don't know if they're going to be that aggressive on offense. I've seen them kind of drop all the players back. But it is their ball now again. Will they try to be aggressive and score here? And D'Angelo,
Taking it by himself, out of bounds.
Fort Osage will get a free kick. And Omar kind of just shrugs. Oh, gets shifty with him. I've noticed Omar has very good foot skills.
Yeah, he really does. He's been shifting everyone tonight.
Makes me excited about what he's going to be able to do next year.
Ramos with the ball here. Up the field to Esteban. And Fort Osage gains possession. Another whistle.
And that actually benefits Truman because
Gave him time to get back.
it allows them to get set and just slows down the game as well. Doesn't allow Fort to play that fast-paced game they're trying to play right now.
Yeah, Fort Osage is trying to get the ball down the field, get as many shots as they can because down by 1 here with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Not looking very good. Oh! A cheap shot on Miguel Ramos.
That's a yellow card.
Yep. Oh, and he spikes the ball. Might as well go ahead and bump
Give
him
him a
down to a
red. Give him a red. Come on.
You know you want to do it.
And, Fort Osage is horrible sportsmanship right there.
Yeah, this is terrible.
But, like I was saying,
Atrocious.
we here at Truman High School do not expect anything less of them.
Yeah. Tyler telling us here that's the second yellow card for Fort Osage. That one by number 15, Justin Epperson.
They both have happened this half, but you can just see that Fort Osage has really unleashed their rage on Truman. They just have not been good sports at all.
3 in total, Tyler telling us now.
Yeah,
Well,
all
one
yellow
for
cards have happened this half.
As I was saying earlier, that frustration seems to be setting in for both teams, especially Fort Osage right now. Truman's been pretty laid back, just letting the game come to them, especially with the cheap shots and everything. They just got to let Fort Osage do that.
Yeah. They are living rent-free in Fort Osage's head right now.
Yeah. Rent-free indeed.
And I don't know. It looked like Esteban right there just got, triple teamed.
Yeah.
And he's not a very tall
Got
guy,
mauled.
so.
Oh, that is awful.
Yep, give him a card. Get him out of here.
The Let's Go Truman chant here. Yep, a card.
I mean, just end this game, please, because
Honestly, someone's going to get hurt.
horrible sportsmanship.
This might be the worst sportsmanship
They're acting
I've ever seen.
They're acting like little girls out here. I mean, they really are. They're throwing fits all over the place. I mean, and this is just not how.
These guys are just not mentally
Yeah.
tough.
This is just not how a competitive game is supposed to be. You're not supposed to be taking cheap shots at the other team like this.
Yeah, again, this has been a really, really good game overall. I don't understand what's getting into the Fort Osage's head that much. They've been playing not terrible. Just a few mistakes again, but those cheap shots are going to get their players in trouble.
And I don't understand why our cameraman is panning to the fans right now.
I believe he's painting because there was some Let's Go Truman chants happening right now. Come on, Truman there by the loudest fan possible.
The fort was just great. Because essentially, they were having issues, and I think they called them crybabies. And then one of the Truman fans was like, hey, we ain't doing that to you guys.
Jeez.
Not only bad sportsmanship on the team, but also on their fan base as well. Unbelievable.
Sorry
Yeah.
guys if you can hear me. I'm Tyler Karras with THS Media.
And that was Tyler, who for some reason is wearing short sleeves and
And
shorts.
It is freezing. This guy says he used to take ice cold showers when he was little just to adapt to the cold.
It's because I wanted to.
It's because he
And
wanted to.
those are the type of people we have here at TJS Media.
Hey, you know what? I'm normal compared to some of the other people.
So if we ever have a football game in the snow, you know who will be announcing it.
Oh, straight up. Low key.
Straight up, low key. Words by Tyler Karras.
And 35 seconds left. And Fort Osage is really scrambling to try to get a goal here. But they're wasting a lot of time.
Yeah, a ton. Down to 25 seconds now. Oh, my.
Oh! They choked!
That is a choke,